Welcome back to the channel, boys. Fablinski's coming at your neck with this endgame Graviton Forfeit Hunter build. Now, I feel like a lot of people don't even use this helmet a lot just because it's pretty simple what it does. But I feel like if you can make a build around it and actually be pretty potent and pretty good in some of the endgame content, because going invisible means an easier time resing your teammates or just getting away to safety. So let's go ahead and break this build down. So for my subclass of choice, we're using top tree NIGHTSTALKER, which is way of the trapper, mainly because whenever you dodge you get to go invisible, and that pairs very nicely with Graviton Forfeit because when you're invisible it lasts longer and it regenerates your melee ability faster. Now it's also really good because the tethers last longer and you get enhanced radar and stuff like that, so it's a pretty good subclass all around, but using it with Graviton Forfeit just makes it that much better. Now, since this is an endgame build, of course my loadout is going to consist of Izanagi's to help deal with the champions. Now we're using Nation of Beasts, the curated role, which I got from doing the last year's raid not too long ago, and then we're also running Falling Guillotine. Now the main reason I'm using this hand cannon is because one, it's arc and the Nightfall this week does have a lot of arc shields, and two, it's mainly an ad clear weapon. You know, these two, Izanagi's and the Falling Guillotine, are more for the boss damage. You know, that's why I have them on me to take out the champions or take out the boss at the end. But I need something to also deal with a lot of these, ads that are coming in. So that's where this comes in. Nation of Beasts, it has Dragonfly, it has Outlaw, so it's very good at taking out these hordes of enemies. As for my stats, we got 61 mobility, which I tried to get this a little bit higher, but unfortunately the way my armor was rolled is the highest I could go. Still, I have an 18-second cooldown on my dodge, so I'll take that. That's pretty fast as is, and plus I have some mods that are going to reduce that anyway. We have 49 resilience, which is that's fine. I'll take that. We're doing some endgame content, although I would like to have these points a little bit over here in mobility. We got 29 recovery, which this should be higher. I should probably look into making it a bit higher, but as for right now, this is okay. We got 38 discipline, which we have some mods that are going to change this, so a minute and 22 is not how long it's going to take. It's going to be much shorter than that. We got 32 intellect, which is, it's not really a super build, so this is okay. And then we have 103 strength. Now this is what the build is revolving around. It is a high strength, or actually a 100 strength build, because I want to use my smoke bomb as much as possible. And with this current build, the way I have it set up with the mods, I'm actually going to have it a lot. I feel like I had a lot of fun using my smoke bombs a whole lot. So let me just break down the armor now. So starting with the helmet, and of course this is my exotic piece of choice, we're using Graviton Forfeit. Now the perk that comes on this armor is Vanishing Shadow. Increase the duration of any invisibility effects, Your melee recharges faster when you are invisible. So like I said, having 100 strength paired with this and also being able to dodge, and go invisible, this actually makes it pretty potent, because my invisibility is gonna last longer, and while I'm invisible, I'm getting my smoke bomb back. So if I'm feeling threatened or anything, I can dodge, go invisible. First I would have to use my smoke bomb to smoke them out, dodge, go invisible, get my melee back faster, and then I can probably re-engage with the smoke bomb immediately, or retreat to safety, pick some heads off with the hand cannon or the sniper, whatever it is. But there's a lot of options that open up because, like I said, you're gonna have your melee ability back. So being able to use your abilities a lot in this game is very potent. We also are rocking a strength mod to increase my strength stat, and then we're running a sniper rifle ammo finder because I'm rocking Izanagi's. On my arms, we got a strength mod, of course. We got a pulse rifle, enhanced pulse rifle loader. Why is that on there? I'm not even using a pulse rifle. It must have been from my testings before. I don't know, but you don't even have to have that on. Honestly, I don't know why that's there. Might have to switch that up. I don't know. We got enhanced impact induction, so causing damage with a melee attack greatly reduces your grenade cooldown. Like I said earlier, just because my grenade cooldown says a minute and 22 seconds, it is going to be much shorter than that because of this mod right here. Whenever I throw a smoke bomb, and as long as it's doing damage, I'm getting that cooldown on my grenade. So my grenade, although it says a minute and 22, it'll probably be around like 30 or 40 seconds. I'm not too sure, but maybe 50, I don't know. But it's definitely not a minute and 22. And then we're also rocking shield break charge, so that way whenever I break a combatant's shield with a matching energy type, I become charged with light. And on my chest piece, we got a counter charge mod, so whenever any of the champions get dealt with, I become charged with light, whether they get staggered, disrupted, or pierce their barrier. And then we're rocking heavy handed. Now this is also the mod I kind of revolved this build around. So whenever I'm charged with light, regain half of your melee energy when you use a charged melee ability, consuming 1 stack of charge with light. Now, that's extremely powerful as long as you're using, one of the very strong melee abilities, which they all are pretty strong. Being able to use my smoke bomb and get half of that ability energy back, parry that with Graviton Forfeit, going invisible and getting my melee ability to recharge faster, and I have 100 strength as is, so it's already a really fast cooldown. I'm going to have tons and tons of smoke bombs, going to be throwing them around everywhere, disorienting all the enemies, and it's going to make, dealing with these mobs and these harder bosses a lot easier because the smoke bomb disorients them, so they're not going to be shooting back. So as long as, I can keep the smoke bomb up, it's going to be able to keep the flow of the Nightfall going very smoothly and hopefully keep my fire team out of trouble. On my legs here, we got a strength mod, of course. We got a enhanced source scavenger, so that way I get bonus reserves whenever I pick up those heavy bricks. And then we got supercharged, so that way I can have 4 stacks of charge light as opposed to 2, meaning that I will be able to take advantage of the heavy-handed mod you just seen more often. Having 4 stacks is of course way better than having just 2. And on my class item, we got a strength mod again, and we also got double perpetuation mod, so that way whenever I do dodge and I use my class ability, I get a portion of that back just for simply using it. I'm going to be dodging a lot, so I'm going to reduce that cooldown. Right now it says 18 seconds. I think it'll probably be like 15 seconds or something like that. And then we got taking charge, become charged with light whenever picking up an orb of light. This right here is probably my favorite way to become charged with light because it's simple. You don't get any drawback like some of these other ones, like this one right here. You get minus 10 strength for using this one. You get minus 10 discipline, minus 10 mobility in this case. So although it does take 3 mod slots, just picking up an orb of light makes you become charged with light. And who doesn't pick up orbs of light? Whenever you see it, it's kind of like it attracts you. Orbs of light are a very good thing. You get super energy, and then pairing it with this, you get 1 stack of charged with light for every orb of light. So if there's 4 on the ground right there, I get my max stacks just from running into them. It's very, very valuable. So I was actually pretty happy with it, with the way this build turned out. Now, of course, it's not on the level of like Orpheus rigs or something like that, but it allowed me to use my smoke bomb in many situations where you would rather like save it, I guess, or you wouldn't really think about using it because the smoke bomb really is like, it really isn't that much of a damaging tool. But being able to use it so often turns it more from just using it because of whatever, but into more of like, I can use it now, suppress this enemy, go invisible, get it back, and then use it on the next group of enemies. Turn it into much more of a utility tool as opposed to just like, not really thinking about it. And I found that really fun. I also really like being able to go invisible, lasting longer in invisibility, which gave me kind of that safety net. And while I was invisible, if my melee was on cooldown, I was gonna get back a lot faster than normal. So being able to just go invisible, stay safe, and get your ability back was really, really strong, and actually really like a lot of fun. I forgot not that I forgot, but I didn't realize just how fun the smoke bomb was. Being able to dodge around, go invisible, pop up with a smoke bomb, and just suppress the enemies and make for easy cleanup or easy work. It was a lot of fun. I truly felt like the trapper that the subclass is meant to feel like. Because I feel like if you don't have a high strength, but you're not really going to utilize the smoke bomb as much as you should, with this build, you can run around, be invisible, and pop the smoke bomb and not have to worry about not having it again. Because, Graviton Forfeit allows you to go invisible and get your melee back. The only other thing I would say I would change about it maybe is being able to use Monte Carlo, but I'm in the Nightfall, so I didn't want to just not have any damage and use 2 primaries. Because with Monte Carlo you can't use any of the champion mods, which kind of sucks right now, but I have a feeling that Bungie is definitely going to change that in the future with Beyond Light. But as for right now, this is the build I was able to run. In the future, if we're able to use more exotics more freely in the Nightfall, then I would highly recommend using Monte Carlo, because 1, that's a beast of a gun, and 2, it'll give you your melee back just from you don't even have to kill anybody, just from doing damage. So there's that. So yeah, if I could change one thing, it would definitely be using Monte Carlo. But if you guys like this content, please like, subscribe, and share. It truly helps me out a lot. You can also check out my other videos. Links are in the description below. I have a lot of crazy builds in there, some fun matches and stuff. Go ahead and check that out. And you might as well follow my social media. I have a Twitter and an Instagram, both at @fat_Bloonskis. But with all that being said, deuces.